Hi everyone, and in this video I'll be talking about what I'm going to do to this engine for my street application. Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel about building a kit car and other car topics. If you like what you see, please subscribe and hit the notification buttons below and share with others on social media. Now, I have my engine back from the shop. I have to start thinking about what this thing will finally look like in its final form. Now, I was told that a stock Vortec engine will fit under the hood of my Factory 533 hot rod that I'm building. So I'm basing all my hood fitment off of that statement since I don't have the car yet. I mentioned in other videos that I'm a modern technology guy, so I'm going with fuel injection on this engine. But since it's going into a hot rod, I don't want to use the stock truck intake, which looks horrible, or even an LS6 intake. It's just too modern for this type of a car. I'm looking to bring out the essence of hot rod. Now, normally the coil packs are bolted on the top of the valve covers, but that's ugly. And they say you could put these fancy metal covers that look like, tall valve covers that hide the coils. But my shop was mentioning that many people were having spark issues interacting with the covers. And I don't want to use plastic as covers either, so it looks like I'm going to have to relocate the coils. This opens up the whole top of the engine to do what I want. I looked on at least 30 websites looking for something I thought was cool for valve covers, and finally at GM Performance Parts, they make a simple valve cover with a great looking font with LSX 376 on it. I really dig it. Honestly, nothing else looked cool except some really vintage looking thin valve covers, but I like the modern font on this vintage cover. The next item I'm looking at is the oil pan. Now with this low of a car, I really only have one choice, which is the Holley 302-2 pan. With most swaps and such, the 302 models are the ones to get for clearance. There is a version 1 and a version 2 for different applications. Exhaust manifolds are already suggested from Factory 5 to fit the car, so all I have to do is pick a color. And I'm going to choose the titanium ceramic finish for a vintage look. It is more expensive than the others, but it is what it is. Now there's 3 different drive systems for the LS engine: the Vortex truck version, the Corvette version, and the Camaro version. All 3 have different spacing from the front of the block. Truck being the longest, and I believe Corvette being the shortest. This thing is a big deal when putting parts together, since if you get the wrong parts for the wrong drive system, the pulley positions will not line up. I've been looking at the March Performance drive systems, and will make a separate video with all that information about this. But to get the March Performance system that I need for this car, I need to source a Camaro harmonic balancer. And lastly, the intake and throttle body. This was the hardest one to come up with. So many different versions and prices are all over the place. Some are thousands of dollars, some are $300. I'm trying to keep a budget here, and I looked at a lot of things, and I felt going with Holley would keep some synergy with the fuel rails and such, and I could put a system together and not have to guess if a bunch of different parts are going to work together. I bought the mid-rise intake, which has a 92mm throttle body opening. The kit came with all the gaskets, the fuel rails, and all I have to do is supply the fuel lines and the throttle body. Now Holley makes their own throttle body, but since I'm going with drive-by-wire computer-controlled system, I'm going to stick to Chevy stock throttle bodies since I'm using a stock computer and a gas pedal. I need to really see what I could get and research more, but it's the last thing to put on the engine, so it won't impede my build at this point. Until next time, please hit the subscribe and notification buttons, and have a great day.